started soon here. Is this a real person that's gonna be jamming here? Oh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, what do I got here? I got 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5.5. Okay. Morning. Go ahead and get your drawing out. What's that?
I don't know. It's not.
She needs to what?
I think she needs to take senior photos or something. Not sure if this is senior.
Are you sure about this? Is this an official school activity?
Yes. I have one.
How official is it?
Really official.
On a scale of 1 to 5.
Thank you.
All right, here we go. Let's get in the mindset, guys. Let's get in this mindset. So here we go. I'm gonna start talking, and no side conversations, please. Thank you. What we are focusing on now is we are focusing on this bottom portion of the skeleton and the proportions of that. And so here we go. So about the pubic bone right here and about where the hips are, okay, we're going to start right here. So let's pay attention to this middle area right here. Okay, so we have a distance from here, and this is part 2. So we have a distance from here to here. We have a distance, and then we've divided that distance in half. So we go, okay, I think that's half. So how do we check that? We're going to just take your fingers and go like this and go like that, and we go, is that half? And you can be like really particular and go, okay, I'm going to put my pencil like this, and then I'm going to come down like this, and I go, you know what? That's pretty darn close. That's close enough. Okay. And I'm going to go up a little bit because I'm like, hey, I said that's close enough, but I'm still changing it. So there we go. I guess it isn't close enough for me. So there's the middle section. And what's cool about the middle from the hips to the bottom of the feet, right? So this says pubic bone, or here's your socket, right? Your hips come out. So out here we got, I'm going to zoom in here so you guys can, I'm going to zoom in a bit more in this section right here. Now, once again, while you guys are drawing the human figure, you're not going to be, I want you to have these things in mind. It is, you're not going to have to be measuring the human body. Knowing these general proportions are valuable, just to have them in your brain. I'm sure you use them innately. We're going to go like this. We're going to have so this is the thigh bone. This is the femur. You have the socket here. You have this little piece coming out. And I'm simplifying these bones. Then you have your great trochanter right here. It's just a cool name, your great trochanter. So this thing that comes out, we're going to label that. We're going to go great trochanter. So that's what people call the hip, the great trochanter. What happens with your thigh bone when you're standing straight up and down, it comes in at an angle. If you're just at your knees together, standing straight up and down, these bones right here, they come in at an angle like so. And then about right here, we're just going to go like that. And these flare outward. They flare outward a bit. And this comes down. Like so. Okay. Now, I know I'm making this, purposely making this a box because you can break down the knees as a box-like form when you're drawing the knees on a person, okay? Now here you have the patella, which is a curved, slightly curved triangle. And the thigh is one. Let's break this right here. See right here? We're going to go like this. And we're going to break this up into thirds. So the femur is 3 cranial units tall. What happens if so here's your, let's flip this over for a second. And what happens if, so here's your thigh bone, right? So everybody draw the thigh bone coming out. Or coming down, I should say. So just draw a kind of like a loose version of the thigh bone. So that's coming down, right? So what happens if the leg is pointing towards you? What happens to the distance from here to here? Because we know it's 3 cranial units. What if that thigh bone rotates upward like this, towards you? Well, what happens is there's the socket, right? And then you have your great trochanter coming out. And let's say this knee comes upward. That knee's going to flare out. And that distance is going to shorten. So it's like, here's our you're like what? I don't understand. So I think this will help you guys understand. So here's our thigh bone right here. It's just coming down. So it's not always going to be down like this. It's going to be coming towards us. And look what happens to the distance, right? That distance shortens. So it's good to know the proportions, but they're not always going to be, straight down. We're not always going to see the full length of that bone because it's coming towards us, right? Or maybe that bone is doing this. That bone is going away from us. And so that distance shortens. And later on, after we do the skeleton, which is, we're almost done, I'm going to show you how to shorten that distance. It's going to, hopefully it'll open your eyes. Okay. And you will be able to see and understand more. All right. So let's darken these a little bit. Let's clean these up. So cleaning up means you just go over the lines, the lighter lines, and you make them darker. So we're going to clean these up a bit. All right, cool. So that's it. Super simple. For the upper leg, for the femur, we're going to go like this, and we're going to go femur. So there's our femur. All right, now let's go down to the lower leg here. And we have this this top portion, and the top portion of this bone is like a box also. Kind of. Can be. Okay. Now at the bottom, at this portion right here, this is triangular. So we're going to have this go like this, just lightly go like that, and lightly go like this. At the bottom of that triangle, you have this circle. You have this circle on the front of your tibia. It's about right here. This bony structure that protrudes. Why? This is important as well. Okay? That holds your patellar tendon. So I'm going to put in, I haven't put any tendons in. This is your patellar tendon, and it holds your patella in place. And this is a major part of the knee. Okay, it's very stiff. It does not move. It is, I would say, not elastic at all. Okay? So this is the tibia bone. This is what we're drawing right now. Let's go like this. So the tibia bone comes, gets wide, it gets narrow, and then what's cool down here and interesting is it opens up right here, and on the left we have the fibula, and this goes in line with the tibia, and what these do is these hold the foot bones in place. They make a little grip, you know. So that's what we're doing next. Okay, so we're going to go here. We're going to divide this part right here and this part right here into thirds. So this from the middle of the knee, this whole contraption right here, this is the knee. When you say, "Oh, my knee," that's the joint. This is the knee. Okay, now this comes straight down, and the ankle is about 2.5 heads down. So cranial units, I should say. There's 1, there's 2, there's 3 cranial units, which we draw them in lightly. And then about half that way down, we have the end where the ankle is. So I'm going to darken that. This is going to swoop down. It's going to swoop down. I'm going to darken that. This is going to come out like a letter S. That's coming straight down. That's coming straight down, coming out. And I'm going to zoom in more down here to the ankles. Well, I guess I shouldn't yet because we got to put the fibula in there. All right. And this comes up, and this comes up, and this swoops up, and this swoops up. And we're going to darken that. We're going to clean that up. Once again, cleaning up to me as an artist means I'm taking a lighter sketch and I'm darkening it and I'm making those lines really, I'm making them smooth. That's what to me, which is cleaning up. All right, so now we got the fibula, which is attaches. That comes out on either side. The fibula comes down. Comes out, it curves upward a bit. So that fibula comes down. And the fibula is a little bit lower. This is a little bit lower than the tibia. And once again, I don't expect you to remember the names or you will not be tested on them. All that I ask is that you pay attention and draw what I draw, write what I write. And as you continue on your journey, you will learn more and more. Okay, here we go. What do we do at this point? Well, at this point, what we're going to do is we're going to simplify. In this little holder or clamp, right, you have the bones of the feet which come down and they come outward. They wrap around like so. So they come down and they come outward. And we got, what do we got? I'm testing myself right now. But I gotta cheat a little bit. And I'm gonna look at my cheat thing here. We got, what do we got? We got tarsals, metatarsals, and phalanges. So we got our tarsals. I would say we got our tarsals here. We got our metatarsals here from here to here. And let's erase this and simplify. These are our tarsals. This grouping is your metatarsals. Metatarsals. And then down here you got your phalanges. Okay. And you have your really, the big toe has a really big bone there. That takes up the majority, and that's important to know. The big toe here. Okay, then we can go 1, 2, 3, just divide that up. 1, 2, 3, divide that up. And we're gonna explore the foot later on and the bones of the feet. I would say it is important to be able to draw feet. What also is very, very important is that you learn how to draw shoes. Okay. Now, behind here, poking out from the back, you have this bone called the heel bone or the calcaneus bone. Okay, so that's poking out back there. We are almost done with the skeleton. Almost done with the skeleton. All right, so that's that. That's the lower part. And now we just have a little bit more to go, guys. Appreciate your attention. Take a little breath. All right, down here, I forgot to label. We forgot to label. We're going to go like this. We're going to go tibia. And we're going to label this one. We're going to label this fibula. And we're going to label this triangular bone, the patella. And we're going to label this tendon, the patellar tendon. Stiff. It is very stiff. Okay. And I don't know what this thing's called right here on the tibia, but whatever. You don't need to know it. All right. Oh, I don't know if I give you guys time enough to write those down. So, let's do that. Give you guys about 45 seconds, 30 to 45 seconds to write those down. Okay, take a breath. Hold it. Let it go. All right, we're almost there. We're almost to the promised land. Yeah. Let's look at the time. We're almost to the promised land. What's the promised land, Mr. Harward? Freedom. Okay, so check it out. Look up here. When you're standing up, the wrists end about, look at me, about the hips, about the great trochanter, okay? So that's what I say. That's observed. And we have this beautiful bone called the ulna, and we're going to come down like this. And we're going to come down to the bottom of the great trochanter about, and we're going to go right there. This bone is wide at the top and it gets narrow towards the bottom. The ulna, beautiful bone, triangular in shape. Okay? That your hand is attached to but not. And we're going to put another ulna bone over here. And it's at the bottom of the great trochanter. That's why I go like that. And we're going to go wide to narrow. And this guy does not have any arms. So I can't show you a thing. But I can show you. There's an arm up there. Oh, well, we'll talk about that later. All right. Now, attached right here next to the ulna, and we're putting a really small, short line there, as you can see, okay, that is the radius. And that radius comes down. We're just going to draw it. We're just going to draw it parallel with the ulna. And it goes narrow, and it is triangular in shape as well, a reverse triangle, and it comes down. And it's going to curve a little bit right here. And yes, we're just drawing right over those words that we wrote down. Oh, well. And this is going to come down on this side as well. We're going to come down like this. And this is the radius. This is a little cup. We'll put a little curve right here. And I wrote over the great trochanter, so we're just going to have to deal with that. That is the radius. So zoom out a little bit here. And we will go little dot right there, come out. And we're going to go ulna. And we'll put a little dot right here. We're going to go radius. The ulna does this. Comes off the body. Miraculous thing. So this is the ulna. Look up here. Check it out. This is the ulna. It goes wide to thin, and the ulna does this only. This is all it does. Look up here. Don't look at your phone. Don't look at your phone. Don't look at your phone. Look. Put it in your bag. Don't be an addict. Choose not to be. So it does this. The radius is out here. This is round. This is like a little cup. A little cup like you cup with your hand. And this goes like this. This rotates. This is why you're able to go like this. The radius is attached. Your hand is attached to your radius. That's where you're able to do this. So you have this thing that doesn't move. You have this thing that rotates. This goes, it comes up. The ulna pulls it up. Right on. So there it is. Okay. And you can feel, you can go, this is pronation, supination. I think so. Pronator. No, pronator, supinate. Pronate, supinate. Pronate. Because your pronator muscle's right here. Pronate, supinate. Pronate, supinate. Because your bicep muscle, this muscle right here, you go like this, like you're flexing, okay? You go like this, pronate, your bicep will flex. It activates when you supinate. Supination. You go really hard, you can feel that as you turn, it activates. And then this muscle right here, pronator, that activates when you go like this. Isn't that cool? Okay, and so here are a cluster of bones. I draw those as an oval when I'm simplifying them, and a cluster of bones. These are your carpals. These are your carpals right here. And then you have another cluster of bones that's shorter that comes off of the carpals. Just kidding. They're a lot longer. Why did I get that wrong? Okay. I think I give myself an A- on this. Okay. And let's erase this. And let's erase this. So you have a cluster of bones right here. You have their carpals. And then you have 1, 2, 3, 4 bones underneath. Those are your metacarpals. So and then we have, whoa, I zoomed out a lot. Let's zoom back in. The hands, the tips of the fingers, if you're standing up, look at me, they end about mid-thigh. So our arms are pretty long, mid-thigh. Legs are really long. They're half the length of our body about. So when we start drawing the human figure, you got to make sure you draw the legs long enough. Beginners usually draw them too short. Okay, so mid-thigh, we're about right here, right? So this is mid-thigh. Here we go. Okay, we're going to go like this. We're going to go like this. I probably should have made these longer. But here we go. Making the metacarpals longer. Here's our phalanges. Okay, so our phalanges, we're just going to go, for now, we're just going to go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Divide these into 4 sections for our 4 fingers. We're going to make this one a little bit longer. We're going to make this one a little bit longer. Now, this view that I've given you is a person doing this. Check it out. Look at me. It's this. Palms outward. This is just a typical anatomical medical position. This is a fantastic book if you want to nerd out on anatomy. It's anatomy. Artistic Anatomy. I have not read anything in the book, but I've looked at the pictures. I've drawn lots of stuff. Artistic Anatomy by Dr. Paul Riker. Somebody was asking me about anatomy books the other day. This is an amazing book right here by Bridgman. Fantastic book if you want to learn about origins and insertions. I'm going to teach you guys about more specific muscles and bone structure. Also, we got, this is a new one I got. Look how big this one is. Look how fat that book is. I like books because you don't have to touch screens. It's a physical thing you can touch and feel and pet and appreciate more, possibly because it's not just in digital format. You can see the work that this guy put in. That someone, another human being, created this informational box. But this is Gottfried Bams, a German artist. And then I got this other book here. This one right here is what I learned the majority of my anatomy from. Yeah, this is really, really old. I had to tape it back together. It was falling apart. But this is another Bridgman book. This is Atlas of Animal Anatomy. This one's really cool too. So I love this book. This really helped me understand more anatomy for animals. But I got more. Okay. I didn't really read them, but I drew a lot of this stuff out of them. Okay, so where are we at? Let's label this iliac crest. Iliac crest. And that, my friends, is the, well, we didn't label this, front view skeleton. Front view skeleton. And cranial units. Cranial units. All right, take a break. Thank you for your attention, guys. Appreciate it. That's it for today. Draw what you want.